Hey yo, this is MC Angus right here, telling you can do anything as long as you don't lose yourself. Flippers, you're on Coast FM 963, Raw and more. I'm Angus Hummel, also known as MC Angus, with you between 7 and 9 p.m. It's the beautiful after show that's warming you up this autumn with beautiful vibes and wonderful guys. And I say guys because, as always, I'm not the only one doing this right now. Joining us in the studio are a bunch of the best in the business when it comes to entertaining you on a Monday night, specifically between 7 and 9 p.m. First of all, sitting directly opposite me, the big man himself, Jake Mercer. How are you going today, Jakey?
I mean, I'm doing great, but just like that whole MC thing was like the most painfully white thing you've ever done.
Thank you. Rolling Stone said the same thing about me. Also with us in the middle is Mr. Big Greek, James O'Brien. How are you going, James Rodriguez?
Yeah, it's good. It's probably the least painful thing that you said in the first 30 seconds.
I like to set the bar high. Also next to Jamesy, we have Finjamin Smithian O'Brien, also known as Finn Smith O'Brien. How are you going, Finn?
Going great, thanks, mate. Love a bit of Eminem, the rap god, the rap king.
I thought you were about to say I love a bit of MC Angus.
MC Angus.
Don't ever do that again.
No, that's just painful to look at.
That's how we do it on the east side.
Listeners, just be glad that you aren't seeing what Angus is doing right now.
Yeah, they be changing the channel if they want to see you right now.
Hey,
ominous.
Gangsters.
It's scary.
All right, anyway, Steve, how are you
Steve
doing?
Wheatley, say hey.
Stephen Wheatley's also with us, yes. How are you going, Stefan?
Yeah, what's up, Coasies? It's Dr. Steve A.
And you thought I was bad.
Man.
Nah, yeah, you were bad.
I'm just demonstrating for you what not to do, mate.
Hey, I'm gangster, bro. I'm from the West. I live in West Gosford now. I'm across the bridge. What'd you get up to on the weekend, Jakey?
Not much. Just went and saw a mate up in Newcastle, just hung out, played video games, and that was pretty much it.
Oh, I love that. How about you, Jamesy? What'd you get up to? Anything exciting happen on the weekend?
Not really. I was bit lazy during this weekend, although I did watch a game on Sunday.
You had to bring it up. It's only a matter of time. We'll get into that little bit of bants very shortly. But Finjamin, what did you get up to over the weekend?
I had a pretty chill one as well. Just watched a show called Slow Horses and kept things slow. And yeah, very, very relaxed.
Slow Horses. I bet they didn't go anywhere near the Melbourne Cup.
Oh, no, they did not.
And Steve Wheatley, what'd you get up to on the weekend? You actually went down to Brookie Oval.
Yeah, I didn't have really a great weekend, to be honest, mate.
I wonder why.
I wonder why too. Probably couldn't have had nothing to do with a couple of sporting results that happened. Totally no.
No, certainly not. Absolutely.
Apart from that though, I didn't probably have the greatest of weekends, but you know what? I'm in here with these amazing gents tonight, Coasies, and that's, making this Monday, all that just a bit more better.
Oh, it is nice and sweet when we're all together with you, and we're celebrating an event that happened just today, or yesterday if you're American, the Oscars, the best of the best when it comes to the world of the silver screen over the past 12 months or so. And we are celebrating, to start things off tonight, a couple of songs that are Oscar winners, including that one you heard right there, Eminem with Lose Yourself, becoming the first hip-hop artist to win the Oscar for Best Original Song from the movie 8 Mile. But I want to start the quizzes nice and early right now for you guys. I have two songs in front of us right here that are both iconic tracks from movies. One is an Oscar winner, one isn't an Oscar winner. Let's see if you can figure out which is the Oscar winner. Starting off with these Scottish absolute legends right here. Simple Minds with Don't You Forget About Me.
We won't forget about that beginning.
Not at all, never. MC Angus in the house.
I wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have. I wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have. I wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have. Wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have you. One more time. And one. I don't have to say it, but everybody
Ghost FM 963. You're on Raw and More. Angus with you with the boys. Yeah, the boys. With you between 7 and 9 p.m. We just kind of celebrated the Oscars that took place today with a couple of iconic soundtrack tunes that have appeared in iconic movies from the past. One of them was an Oscar winner for Best Original Song. One of them didn't. Now, it's up to you guys to try and figure out as a little first bonus quiz for the night, which one won the Oscar. Was it Simple Minds at the top there with Don't You Forget About Me? Or was it John Goodman and Billy Crystal with If I Didn't Have You from Monsters Incorporated? Jakey, what do you reckon?
I mean, as much as I love Monsters Inc., it's one of the best Pixar movies. I got to go with Simple Minds.
Of course. I mean, it's timeless.
Yeah, it's a classic song and it's awesome.
When you think of movie soundtracks, it's the first one that pops up.
Oh, it's definitely in the conversation for sure. Yeah.
How about you, Jamesy? What do you reckon?
I'll have to go with Jake because Don't You Forget About Me. It actually reminds me of the Breakfast Club, really.
Well, that's what it was from.
Yeah,
so, of course.
It is. And I thought, that's definitely got to be Oscar worthy.
I love that. Stephen Wheatley, what about you?
Yeah, no, I'm very confident about this. It has to be Simple Minds with Don't You Forget About Me. Just again, as Jake and James said, just a very iconic song. That scene at the end of the Breakfast Club where he's just walking away and he's just got his arm raised in the air and you just hear the Don't you forget about me, and it just fades away. Yeah, just timeless. Like absolutely.
Yeah.
If it is as good as like Jake said, as Monsters Inc. was, if it somehow managed to beat that, I will be shocked.
Well, how about you, Finn? These guys seem to be all in agreement.
Simple Minds, easy, a billion times Simple Minds. I've heard it a billion times, and it's so culturally prevalent.
Billions and billions of times.
Indeed.
Well, what if I told you that the Oscar winner was, in fact, Monsters, Inc.?
What? I'd have thought of that just then, too. Like, as soon as I heard the drums, I was like, I bet you it's Monsters Inc.
Yeah, Monsters, Inc. Won with If I Didn't Have You, won the Oscar for Best Original Song back in 2001, beating May It Be from The Lord of the Rings and Vanilla Sky from Vanilla Sky. If you can believe it, Don't You Forget About Me from Breakfast Club was not even nominated.
What?
Wow.
Yes.
Oh.
Nah.
Wow.
Unbelievable, right? It did not make the top 5 on the shortlist when it was released.
That
which
is
just-
criminal.
It was beaten by quite a few different ones. The Power of Love from Back to the Future. Take My Breath Away by Top Gun
Blasphemy.
is the one that ended up taking home the Oscar the year it would have been nominated. But yeah, if you can believe it, not even nominated, and then Monsters Inc. there coming home with the Oscar.
I mean, I could understand being beaten by Huey Lewis and the News and that other one, but to be beaten by a song that was used in a Pixar movie, like, it's just wow.
The Disney glazing was real in that era, but
I know.
speaking of glazing, we have to address the elephant in the room.
No, we don't.
Well, we got to.
No. I think it's time for the next segment. Songs.
Why the long faces? I mean, he's a bit quiet since like a month ago in the preseason, so what's happened?
You know, it's funny. Since we made fun of the Knights for not scoring a point in the preseason challenge, they are undefeated. They won in Vegas, and then, of course, the Knights played Manly at Brookvale Oval yesterday. Perfect Sunday afternoon, and the Knights, they got up. Manly had one of their most abysmal performances. It ended up being 36-16. Jamesy, you watched it at my place, and you had a very smug look on your face the whole time.
Well, to be fair, I know you would have done the same thing.
Certainly. But
And I reckon it would have been one of the first things we talk about if Manly won.
well, we're talking about it now. Steve Wheatley, you were actually down there on the scene when this disaster unfolded. What was it like from your point of view?
From my point of view, well, it did not look very good, and I can't see very much, so that's saying something. But yes, I was down there at the Fortress, Four Pines, and it was built up to be, probably the game of the round because, as we know, Manly Newcastle, the rugby league's version of the F3 M1 derby, big rivalry, one of Manly's still biggest rival games to this day, and look, you know what? As much as I really don't want to, but I will give you your dues, Jamesy. The Knights, they played very well. Mate, we just couldn't get out of the blocks from the go.
Yeah, well, Well, I decided to make a bit of a peace treaty, so I got you and Steve a present. It's just like you just have to share. I'm gonna pass it to you.
I wonder.
Yeah.
Well, I feel
Just
there's
have a look.
I feel like there's a stitch up coming here.
So James has just handed Steve.
Yeah. So this is So what is it, Steve?
Okay, so for a bit of context, Coasties, James has just handed me a Newcastle Knights scarf. Well, you know what? Thank you for that, Jamesy, because I think Angus said he needed a new rag to polish the car, didn't you, mate?
Well, actually, I am my apartment's designated bathroom cleaner, so I needed something to wipe down the walls with and the floor.
I understand.
well, there you go, mate. Well, there's the perfect.
So just so you know, so the next time you make fun of Newcastle Knights and the Manly wins the cup, just remember the team that beated you.
Yeah, thank you, James. I'll
You're
have
very
this
welcome.
framed. It'll be good motivation.
Yeah, we will. But the thing that you also need to remember is, Jamesy, is that we haven't won a wooden spoon and the Knights have won 4.
Yeah, you guys got a lot of catching up to do.
We do in that department. But one thing we can all unite on, the Mariners are still unbeaten, if you can believe it, in the last 9 matches or so that we've been in administration, drawing 1-1 with Adelaide United down at Central Coast Stadium on Saturday afternoon, which was awesome to see. And we would have won had it not been for a late equaliser. Andrew Redmayne, as always, fantastic in goals. He was named man of the match and A-League Player of the Week for the 4th time this season as well. So Andrew Redmayne is really keeping it together between the sticks. Also, the Matildas defeated North Korea in the Asian Cup quarter-final 2-1. They're through to the semis. We'll go straight to our tips right now. They are playing China tomorrow night at 9 p.m. And it's going to be quite a tough game to say the very least. Jakey, it's another semi-final for the Matildas. How do you reckon they'll go?
I mean, I really want them to win, so I'm gonna pick the Matildas. I think it's gonna be a very, very tough game for them, though. So it's gonna be, I'm gonna say 1-0. 1-0, yeah.
I like that. That's nice and close. Jamesy, what do you reckon?
Yeah, it's going to be really tough. I will stick with the Matildas because, they're representing Australia. But, yeah, China is a really good team too. So, but I reckon regardless of who wins, I reckon the score would be 2-0 or 2-1 at best.
Yeah, so nice and even pretty much.
Pretty much.
All right, how about you, Steve? What do you reckon, Mr. Matilda over here?
Well, mate, that Korea game, that was definitely a tough one. Mackenzie Arnold, had made a return in that game. And there was a lot of traffic coming her way, and it definitely wasn't, as big a scoreline as we've seen in some of the group stages, but they came through in the end, the girls. I'm going to go a score very similar to James. I'm going to go 1-0, and because she's just been having an absolute blinder so far the last couple of games, I'm going to go Alana Kennedy to get the own goal on the day.
I love that. That's a good tip because Alana, even though she's a defender, she's our top goal scorer in this tournament. 5 goals in 3 matches, which is just unbelievable output from her. But all your opinions mean nothing to me because
The main opinion.
the only person whose opinion I want to hear is Finn. How do you think the Matildas are going to go?
I've got to maintain my national loyalty. And the Matildas, Sam Kerr knows what she's doing better than, even though the Chinese are very disciplined, very good at what they do.
Oh, yeah, there's a reason that Sam Kerr gets paid the big bucks, yep.
Indeed. The Matildas have it in the bag, as always.
So what's the score?
It's got to be at least this time 20-2.
Oh, so he reckons China's going to score a couple of goals at least.
Yep, I'm going to give them credit.
Oh, I love that. Well,
he's
close one, Finn.
He's predicting Alana Kennedy to get 5, Sam Kerr to get 6, maybe Emily Van Egmond to maybe get a couple.
Mackenzie Arnold will score the rest. And the winner of the semi-final plays either South Korea or Japan in the final, which is on this Saturday night. So either way, very tough opponent. The Mariners are up against, they're travelling to Melbourne, Steve's favourite city, of course, to play against Melbourne Victory in their next match this Saturday afternoon. Tough opponent once again. Melbourne coming 4th in the comp at the moment, even on points with Adelaide United. And I'll start with you this time, Steve. How do you reckon the Mariners are going to go?
Well, mate, I can absolutely, in my heart of hearts, not tip the Mariners. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking, Coasies. I'm joking. No, absolutely. The Mariners and, I don't think it's going to be a 20-2 scoreline as Finn said the Matildas game was going to be. So I'm going to go 1-0 and I'll see if he can maybe, because he did well for me a couple of weeks prior, I'll see if maybe Ali Agua can maybe get me another goal to help keep my record that was going there well for a bit.
Oh, certainly. And Ali's due for a goal, I reckon, so we might certainly see that down there. Jakey, how do you reckon the Mariners will go? Another tough opponent in a row.
It's very tough, but, I need to get back into being the villain of the boys.
Oh, no.
I'm picking Melbourne to win.
To win.
Yeah.
Just when we thought you had a turn of leaf.
It was a fun run while it lasted.
Well, everyone needs a villain. So.
Well, exactly. So I'm thinking it's going to be a very tight game, though. I think 1-0 Melbourne's way.
Okay, 1-0, tight as always. James O'Brien, what are you feeling?
I'm feeling like a draw.
Draw?
Yeah, it'd be like,
Ooh.
I'd say 1-1, but it'd be a bit predictable, so I'll just go 2-2.
Okay, 2-2, so high scoring affair. And Finn, I know that you've been sitting on this for quite a while. What do you reckon?
This is blasphemy. Of course, the Mariners. Where is your loyalty, gentlemen? This is...
I agree with you, Finn. Red card for Jake Mercer, 2-week ban right now.
Nothing. No, of course it's going to be 20-0.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Melbourne's way, obviously.
And Jake's mic is now muted.
You will not be hearing from him for the rest of the show.
Yep.
I can have his mic.
Yeah, Jake's lost speaking privileges. No, I'll bring him back because he can redeem himself because the Mariners women are returning this weekend.
Yeah, the girls. Because they're the girls and they do the girl things.
Absolutely, the best of the best. They're playing Perth in Perth this Saturday afternoon. And the girls, they were on a roll before the break. Steve, how do you reckon they'll go this weekend?
Well, I'll tell you what, the locals there in Perth are going to definitely have a bit of a treat for the week. They're going to have the Matildas tomorrow night and then they're going to have the Mariners and Perth Glory. So, being that both the teams are coming off all the teams are coming off a bit of a break because the women's comp had a couple of weeks off because of the Asian Cup. I think last time we played Perth, it wasn't really a great result, was it?
No, it wasn't. And I reckon they'd be looking for a bit of revenge here.
Yeah.
So what are you feeling?
And at home. Well, look, I'm just going to go like my other predictions so far. I'm going to go 1-0 Mariners way. And let's see if my officially now favourite women's Mariners player, Izzy
Gomez.
Izzy Gomez can get that one goal.
Arriba! Okay, this is Jake's chance to keep the mic on. What are you thinking with this one, Jake?
Ooh, just imagine if I picked Perth, boys.
Ooh.
But yeah, so that's why I'm going to pick Perth. I'm kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding. I'm going to pick the goals to win.
Wait, there we go. He draws the line somewhere at least.
Yeah, I think it's going to be same as Stephen just said, 1-0.
There you go. Jake is not misogynistic. James, what are you feeling with this result here this weekend?
Mariners girls, but 3-0.
3-0, okay.
Yeah.
He's going for a real whitewash right there. And Finn, bring us home. How do you reckon they're going to be going?
Mariners girls, still Mariners, absolute 100%.
And what's the score going to be?
20-1.
20-1. Okay.
1.
It's going to be a little bit closer than the men. The girls are going to score a goal at least against us. So I love your thoughts there, Finn. I love your thoughts, everyone. And thanks for the scarf, Jamesy. I can't wait to clean my bathroom with it.
It's actually funny, mate, because it's funny that we're spending tonight and James has got a big smile on his face and he's got bragging rights at the moment. So, there may be a bit of redemption on the cards coming over the weekend because...
Salt is very nice, guys, by the way.
I'm sure it is. So, mate, I don't know if you know, but, fortunately, after 2 weeks of, not some great games going our way, Manly, we play the bye this week. So
That'll be a close one.
Yeah, so we'll probably lose that game too.
Yeah, most likely, yes.
I mean,
Yes.
Warriors won, though, at least.
Well, they did, yes. They're back to back at the moment with 2 rounds into the competition. And well, speaking of my Warriors, mate, we're playing the Knights on the weekend. So,
So there's a bit of like redemption there. So
well,
there you
maybe,
go.
well,
More
maybe
events,
for maybe for me, Angus, do you think you can jump on the Warriors bandwagon for one day?
Oh, I guess I can be a Kiwi for 1 week, cuz. We'll see how it goes, and we'll see next week which one of you two will be happiest with that result. But for now, it's time for us to take a quick break. Coming up, we're going to be hearing Steve's good vibe of the night.
Central Coast Community Radio.
What a feeling, Coast FM.
And now it's time for a segment that'll make you feel as good as James did at Brookvale Oval. It's Steve's good vibe of the night.
God damn.
Well, as you can hear, Jake's mic's still on, so... yes, it is Steve's good vibe of the night, the segment where he dives deep into his own personal playlist, pulls out a song that has immaculate vibes, slaps it out there on the Coast FM airwaves and hopes that you, yes you, Troy from Asquith, Steve's best friend in the whole world, listening in right now, enjoys it as much as he does. Stefan, what are you playing for us this evening?
Well, I have something very special picked out for tonight's good vibe of the night, Angus. Now, even though I know tonight we are celebrating the Oscars, but I have not chosen anything to do with the Oscars. But however, I have chosen something very particular, and that's actually going to be played for the very first time here on Coast FM. Now, for Steve's good vibe of the night, we have Floggy Molly with their song To Youth. Now, the reason I have chosen this as my good vibe of tonight is because I don't know if you looked at the calendar at all any time in the last couple of days, boys, but tomorrow is the 17th of March, which can only mean one thing. It is St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, St. Paddy's Day. St. Paddy's Day, to be sure.
It
Yes.
certainly is. It certainly is. And, well, speaking also of particular days, a person that I know with probably the very most Irish name as possible, Mr. Finn O'Brien. Now, I don't know if you boys know, but Mr. Fingerman here had his birthday last Wednesday and thought he could get away with not sharing it with his bestest friends in the world. He thought he could do a Brando Macmillan and just have his birthday all nice and quiet and not have his friends embarrass him live on radio.
Oh, Finn. So this nice and Irish tune is dedicated to our very own Finny O'Brien. Well, what was this song again that is your good vibe, Stephen Wheatley?
So, me good vibe of the night, Angus, is Floggy Molly To You. It's got that great Irish pub rock vibes, and maybe it'll make you think about either drinking a pint of Guinness and maybe not watching Manly lose at Brookvale Oval.
Tell me why must a man be of service to his Lord and the gods seldom high? From the grave sprang the name of our fathers, but there's no glint in a dead man's eye. So it's the youth that sing you the story, and it's the youth that sing it now. Like a train at the rail with a warning, we must leave what we left far behind. So it's the youth that sing you the story, and it's the youth that sing it now. Like the train at the rail with a warning, we must leave what we left far behind. So goodbye, sweet ocean dove, I say goodbye. So goodbye, sweet ocean dove, I say goodbye. Until we meet again. Until we meet again. Until we meet again. She arise to be beautified, but slumber now must rest. Oh my Roisin dove, I'll forever love the youth you once possessed.
Beautiful tune right there. Celebrating St. Paddy Day Eve on Coast FM 963's Roar and More. That right there was Steve's good vibe of the night, which was...
So that was Floggy Molly with To Youth, and yes, I did pick that because of tomorrow being St. Patrick's Day, and well, as something a bit fun now, lads, because Angus, you got the quizzes started nice and early, so I've got a little bit of a quick quiz for you boys quiz now. The reason how I got introduced to that song was because of the EA FIFA video games. Now, who would like to take a guess, because there may or may not be a bit of a pot of gold waiting for you as a prize, what FIFA year video game that featured in? I'll give you a bit of a clue. It's between now and 2000.
Well, that narrows it down. I'm going to say it seems to be a little bit before my era of really getting into FIFA, so I'm going to go 2002? Yeah, 2002.
Okay, Angus has gone 2002. Jake?
I'm going to do, words are hard. 2003, mate.
Jake's gone 2003. Okay, James?
I guess 2005.
James has gone 2005. Okay, and now the expert himself, Mr. I Most Irish Name Possible, Phineas Smithiest O'Brien.
I'm going to have to go with 2000 on the dot.
He's gone to 2000. The 2000. Okay, well, I can now reveal that the winner of this part of tonight's quiz is... Well, it's actually Mr. Jake Mercer with 2003.
2003?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Awesome.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, it featured in the FIFA 2003 video game. That's how I got introduced to it. And now Coast FM has now been introduced to it too for the very first time.
Well, what a festive little quiz that was for St. Paddy's Day tomorrow, and we're going to keep the festive spirit going with two songs. They sound exactly alike. Yes, these are two songs.
And what are they?
And they sound alike. Oh, yeah, Steve. What is it with these two songs again?
Oh, they sound just like To Be Sure, Angus.
They sure do, which is why this segment is called Sound-Alikes, where I give you one song, which is an original performance, and then another one that is kind of inspired by that original performance. It's up to you, these guys, to try and figure out if that inspiration was done legally or illegally. It could be done in the form of sampling one part of a song or re-recording it in an interpolation style. Either way, they do sound alike. And when we come back, it's up to these guys to try and figure out if it was done legally or illegally. Tonight, we are stepping in the world of American bluegrass, because that's the most Irish thing in the gosh darn world.
It certainly is.
Certainly right there. And we're starting off right now with the most original of the two. A cheeky bit of Lee Oscar with San Francisco Bay. Happy guessing.
It's going down. I'm yelling timber. You better move. You better dance. Let's make a night you won't remember. I'll be the one you won't forget. It's going down. I'm yelling timber. You better move. You better dance. Let's make a night you won't remember. I'll be the one you won't forget.
Going down indeed, timber, more like Tim Burton, am I right?
Yeah, good one, Angus.
Is that cricket?
Yes, it is.
Oh, well, what's not cricket is Coast FM 963. You're on Raw and More. We're in the midst of a segment right now called Soundalikes, where I give you one original song, one that takes a little bit of inspiration from the original, whether it be done in a sampling or an interpolating or even just a couple of parts that sound similar or even some similar lyrics. At the top, we heard from American singer-songwriter Lee Oscar with his 1978 single San Francisco Bay, which which the kind of beats, the guitar, the harmonica of that track inspired heavily in that song you just heard, Timber by Pitbull featuring Kesha, 2014 super duper hit single. Jake Mercer, do you think that sampling was done legally or illegally?
I'm going to go legally.
Legally, okay,
Yeah.
straight up off on the
Just
board.
straight up, yeah.
What makes you say that?
Oh, because Pitbull was like riding a huge wave of popularity at the time with he had quite a few hits round about then, and I just assumed that if he was got done doing this illegally, that it would look pretty bad on him.
That's true. He wouldn't be Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, Mr.
true.
305.
Mr. 305. All right, Jamesy, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking legally because I got a lot of respect for both Pitbull and Kesha.
Aw, thinking heavily
Yeah, so
about
I
this, I
reckon
saw.
legally.
I
Yeah,
was,
straight
mate.
up,
I
I
was.
like
I still
that. How
actually
about you,
kind of am.
Stephen
I agree with
Wheatley?
and I agree with James. But however, I'm actually going to change my mind actually at the last second, because from what I know about Pitbull, probably more than Kesha, Pitbull, he does have a bit of a reputation of sometimes he can do the right thing and other times maybe not so much. So do I think if Timber was done legally or not? I'm actually going to be different and I'm going to say it was done illegally.
Okay, not everyone's on the same page. Steve Wheatley's done things a bit differently. Fingerman, what are you feeling, Mr. Music Expert?
Oh, quite the contrarian. Yes, well, Pitbull does have a bit of a reputation. I would say, though, I do trust Kesha, and initially I was going to say yes, but I'm going to go with Steve on this one. Take a gamble.
Really?
It
You're
was
jumping,
illegal.
you're jumping onto Steve's sinking boat in the San Francisco Bay. Okay, well,
That's the way.
will someone else be joining them? Because Will Parkhouse from Uncut Gems is here.
So I'm the decider.
Hey.
Hey, I'm caught between two. I'm caught between a rock and a hard place here. So I mean, Pitbull is sort of like this big meme guy.
Yeah,
he's
not
Mr.
wrong.
He's
Pretty
Mr.
much.
305, and look,
true.
I'm not entirely caught up in the Pitbull lore or his personal life. I don't know the guy personally. I'm gonna go with my gut and say it was done legally, because I think there was enough respect between both sides for this song. It's a fun song, and I think people would have respect to credit the sample itself.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely see where you're coming from there. Well, I can now reveal that the inspiration of Timber by San Francisco Bay was done illegally.
High fives for Finn.
If you can believe it. Yes, Steve Wheatley came up with the right answer and Finn followed him onto the boat to freedom. Yeah, the song itself was released in early 2014 and became a massive hit, obviously, around the globe straight away, Mr. Worldwide. But on June 25th, 2014, the original writer of the song, Lee Oscar, alongside his partner Kerry Oscar, filed a copyright infringement lawsuit against the producers of Timber, alongside Pitbull and Kesha. It features a harmonica melody that claimed to be identical to the melody that Oscar used in San Francisco Bay, and they were seeking $3 million US in damages. The lawsuit alleged that while Sony Music may have obtained permission to use the sample, which credits Lee Oscar in the album notes for the album it was featured on, from a license holder, the label failed to obtain permission from the songwriters themselves, and as such, the lawsuit was successful, and Lee and Kerry Oscar are both listed as co-writers and composers on the track and were awarded, obviously, $3 million US. So, Mr. Worldwide, he's a good man. He paid them up with his smash hit, but, sometimes you can let one slip through the cracks and be illegal. So, congrats to you, Steve and Finn, for getting that one right this evening.
Yes, thank you, mate. Thank you. I know, you did think we may have been on a bit of a sinking boat there in San Francisco Bay, but Finn, thanks to the luck of the Irish, this boat ain't sinking anytime soon. It's not like the Titanic.
To be sure, we've got the life jackets and we're ready.
Well, while they celebrate, I'll be celebrating with you very shortly with my good vibe of the night. It's coming up right after this. And now it's time for a segment that'll make you feel like you're floating on San Francisco Bay. It's Angus's Good Vibe of the Night. That's right. It's my good vibe of the night. It's my turn to dive deep into my own personal playlist and pull out a song or two that I think have immaculate vibes slapping out there on the Coast of M airwaves, and hope that you, yes, you, Jake Mercer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, personal shout out for you.
Cheers, babe.
Enjoy it as much as I do. Now, tonight's pick is by a indie rock outfit to come out of Sydney that I kind of discovered on a streaming platform recently, a few months ago. By recently is what I mean. I got the chance to premiere them, play them for the very first time on radio at the other place I work at, which will remain nameless. But this song, from that point, I didn't listen to it for ages, and then it popped up randomly in a playlist I heard recently, and I was like, I know this song, and I've just been hooked on it ever since. It's such a really cool vibe, somewhat psychedelic, very smooth, wonderful guy-girl duet vibes in there as well. And I want to introduce it to you right now. This is my good vibe of the night, and it's such a really cool tune by Sydney rockers Oniera, and this track is their newest single. It's called Red Skies. Hope you enjoy this smooth vibe.
What else will it take? I'm losing on my faith. Notably, it's on me. What else will it take? I'm losing on my faith.
Coast of M963, you're on Raw and More. That right there was
Angus's good vibe of the night, which was...
Well, that was Sid. Oh my gosh.
Day two.
We can't speak tonight, can we?
Words are hard.
Words are hard.
They are hard.
Sydney-based indie rock outfit Oniera, which is spelled Oniera, with their latest standalone single called Red Skies, which has been an obsession of mine over the last couple of weeks that I've kind of refound it on streaming platforms. And yeah, I've been really pumping that one a lot. What do you guys think of the vibes on that track?
I mean, I just straight up just put it on my playlist, so it's very good.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, Jake's committed already.
Yeah, James really enjoyed that one. And speaking of tunes that you'll enjoy, it's time for us to take part in our hottest challenge as always. Out the back earlier, I got you guys to give me a year each. Jakey, what year did you pick?
2025. It's going to happen one day.
I know.
Gonna happen.
We're going to get it eventually. Jamesy,
2010.
how about you, Stu?
2002.
Fingerman? 2020, and Will gave us 2005. We spun the wheel, and I think for the fourth straight week or third straight week, it's landed on James's year.
I'm going to have to stop participating and give you guys a chance.
Please.
Oh, he took a week off, and ever since he's come back, it's just been all James.
I know, it's the look of the Irish. It's his surname, O'Brien. It's his Irish side for once taking it on, but we did land on 2010. So before us right now are three songs that all charted in the hottest 100 of 2010. When we come back, it's up to these guys to try and figure out which charted the highest. And we're starting off with a real smasher right now, Pumped Up Kicks. Coast of M963, you're on Raw and More with Angus Hamill, Jake Mercer, Stephen Wheatley, Finn Smith O'Brien, and James O'Brien. James has really had the luck of the Irish tonight because we just landed on his song, well, his year of choice once again. Was that the third or fourth straight time?
I would say the third time, but I'll take the fourth time.
Yeah, I bet you will.
Yeah.
We just heard three songs that charted in the hottest 100 of 2010. Before we get to the the songs. Jamesy, I believe, do you have a couple of fun facts about the year that was 2010?
Well, actually,
yes, I
both do,
do.
Angus.
Oh, and Steve as well. Steve doesn't want to be left out, of course.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, no, I'm having my moment too.
Well, just wanted to let you know.
Yeah.
Well, what the
That's
facts?
right, we stand that. Anyway, it's the same year that, it's the same year that the longest tennis match in history took place. 11 hours and 5 minutes, might I say.
Between
Wow.
John Eisner won that, I think he was.
Yeah, it was America against France, basically.
at Wimbledon, right?
Yes, in Wimbledon. And it was also the same year where Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 was released worldwide.
Oh wow, there you go. Goodness, that's a throwback. That one right there.
Yeah, no, it definitely was. And well, funny because we've touched on this a couple of times tonight because we're talking about the Oscars. Did you guys actually know that in 2010, the most awarded film for all the Oscars was James Cameron's Avatar?
Oh yeah, I mean that makes sense. It was the highest grossing movie of all time.
Yeah,
That
you
was
with all the
really big.
digital effects and yeah.
At
there
that
you go.
time, it was the highest grossing box office hit of all time at that time.
It was, Jamesy. It was. It was.
It was mid.
Yeah, yeah.
I like Jake's response. It was like, oh, whoosh.
Well,
I can't argue with Jake.
There was that
Thoroughly agree,
that,
yes.
that
All
video
special
by Jack's Films where he went up to people and asked them to explain the plot of Avatar and no one could answer the question. So high grossing film, kind of mid plot, but what wasn't mid was the three songs we just heard that charted in the hottest 100 of 2010. At the top we heard Foster the People, American indie rockers with pumped up kicks. In the middle we heard from Duck Sauce, which was a DJ outfit with Barbara Streisand. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And the song you just heard were Irish indie rockers. Of course, I had to get Ireland in there. Two Door Cinema Club with Undercover Martin. It's up to these guys to figure out which of those songs charted the highest. And I will start with you in a bombshell movement, James O'Brien.
Oh, pressure.
Well, it's your year, so,
It's a toss-up between Pumped Up Kicks and Uncover Martin, to be honest with you. So,
Okay, so what one are you going to land on out of those two?
so this is a bit of a coin flip. I think by memory, Pumped Up Kicks was a bit higher than Uncover Martin.
Okay, so you're going to go Pumped Up Kicks.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. It was a big song. Jakey, what are you feeling?
Yeah, I don't think it's Barbara Streisand. I think that's one that's ranked the lowest. But yeah, it's a toss-up between, Pumped Up Kicks and Undercover Martin. But I'm going to go Undercover Martin.
Okay, you're going Ireland with this one right here.
Yes.
To be sure. Okay, Steve Waitley, how are you feeling about this?
Well, my gut's telling me, mate, from when we've done this quiz before, I'm very much feeling that it is Foster the People with the American national anthem Pumped Up Kicks.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Shots fired.
How patriotic of you. Okay. Oh, literally. That's good. That's
gracious.
good. That's one of the best
That is
jokes we've had.
foul.
Oh, geez, I wonder where I may have gotten that joke from.
So you're all going Pumped Up Kicks so far.
Yeah, apart from Jake.
Oh, Jake's going Undercover Martin.
Yeah.
Alrighty. What are you thinking, Fingerman? Are you going to go with one of these guys, or are you going to branch out on your own and go with Barbara Streisand?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go Pumped Up Kicks because that's the absolute favourite. Barbara Streisand was played repeatedly, but I'm going to go in order. Pumped Up Kicks, Barbara Streisand, and Two Door Cinema Club.
Okay, he's going to go the extra mile right there. Will he be right or will he be wrong? We got 2 votes for 2 different songs pretty much. So without further ado, the song that hit, well, the highest out of those 3 in the hottest 100 of 2010 was, in fact... If you can believe it, it was Barbara Streisand. Barbara Streisand. Yeah, unbelievable. Barbara Streisand by Duck Sauce came in at number 15 on the hottest 100 of 2010. That was followed closely behind by Two Door Cinema Club with Undercover Martin, which came in at number 21. And I found this to be quite unbelievable. The lowest out of those 3 was Pumped Up Kicks.
That is very surprising.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Foster the People.
Yeah.
Pumped Up Kicks coming in there at number 32. So, yeah, below the lot right there. No one got that right. But can anyone tell me what song came number 1 that year?
I think I know the artist. Was it Katy Perry?
No, it was not Katy Perry. Anyone else have a guess?
I'm not confident myself.
One of the members of this band, or the name, could be sitting right in front of you.
Oh, Honey Mustard.
How dare you?
Jake's like, that was on the list. I'm walking out
Angus
right
and
now.
Angus and Julia Stone.
Yes.
Big Jet Plane.
Nailed it. Angus and Julia Stone.
Angus's band.
Yeah, my band, Angus and myself and Julia Stone with Big Jet Plane took it out that year. So you got that right, Jake. And I think you're tonight's champion on the quizzes too. So
Yes, I am.
congrats to Jake.
Oh, thank you, boys. Thank you.
High
Appreciate
fives
it.
all round
Appreciate
for him, the local boy getting it done. And speaking of local...
And now it's time for the local list. Brought to you by Homebrewed.
That's right, it's the local list, the segment brought to you by the Homebrewed boys, Cameron Smith and Eamon Snow, who used to be in this very time slot on a Monday evening. They are no longer with us. They are committed to other things, including running their own podcast and blog and website, but their spirit lives on with a fantastic release by a local artist every single week. Now, the one I've chosen for tonight's edition of the local list comes to us from an artist who's been on this segment before, who actually isn't from the Central Coast, but her album was named after a big part of the Central Coast, so I think we can claim her as a local. Her
Absolutely,
name,
yes.
100%.
She's a Coastie by affiliation.
Literally, by affiliation, Millie McPherson is a coastie. Her album that she released last year was called Evoker, and it was the title track that we premiered on the local list. She's just released a brand new collaboration with Scottish-based singer-songwriter Glaswegian Lewis Brennan. So, vocals and production happening on opposite sides of the planet, but they've come together very nicely, very nice, with this track in front of us right now. Without further ado, tonight's pick for the local list is Lewis Brennan and our very own Millie McPherson with...
Again.
Do You See How My Body Aches For You? And this song, very nice, very shoegazy, very FIFA soundtrack vibes.
Want you to see me.
Coast FM 963, you're on Roar and More, and that right there was tonight's pick for the local list. Millie McPherson with Scottish singer-songwriter Lewis Brennan. Their collaboration they just released a couple of weeks ago called Do You See, parentheses, How My Body Aches For You. Very tightly put together despite the two artists on the track living on opposite sides of the planet. What did you guys think of that one?
Yeah, that was really enjoyable. And
groovy.
She's listening in right now, so hello. Thank you for making a really good song that I did definitely
awesome.
put on my playlist.
Groovy, psychedelic, funky, loved it.
Yeah, it was awesome, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful song. And yes, like you said, Millie's actually listening in right now. So shout out to Millie. You are a legend as well. If you'd like to follow Millie's music journey, you can find her on Instagram at millie.mcpherson. And yes, it is Millie with a Y. And to find out more about the best new and emerging and local music, go to the Homebrewed website, homebrewed.au. Time for us to take a quick break. Coming up, we're going to be hearing James's trending tune. And without giving too much away, Jamesy, what can we kind of expect?
Well, everyone in this room will know what the song is, but the song I pick has been coming back to the spotlight in my trending tune is because it has revolved with what our childhoods were like and the type of characters from either TV shows, video games, or other media sources that were our favourites.
Oh, awesome. Well, I can't wait to hear this one. It sounds familiar already. It's coming up right after this.
Living on the Coast. Coast FM 963.
And now it's time we go in the internet side of things to find a tune that became popular through the world of social media. This is the trending tune of the week. So I probably would have given away my trending tune just there, but I'll talk about the song a bit later, but this trending tune is thanks to Instagram, with the artists that with their Instagram profile sharing a bit about their childhood. And what it is Instagram was like their profile is practically, well, I should say their post is practically a drawing of what they were like as kids and watching the TV, and also the favorite characters popping out and watching the TV with them. And the caption would be like, I've always been a green character, or it's always been the blue characters. I've always been the funny boy, or I've always been the red girl. And it's pretty much popping up different characters from different source media that fits that description. And if I were to make a post like that, it'd be, I've always been the PlayStation guy.
I guess that sort of sounds like, Jamesy, something you get now that comes with when people take photos on their phone, and with the magic of AI, how you can sort of alternate some of those photos into whether it's ones of your friends, and you can have it turn your friends from real life humans or into either anime characters or to Pixar characters or whatever.
Yeah, well, this one is like not AI, it's like a drawing of like the cartoon characters. And then the artist is practically like they drew themselves in that cartoon form. Now, this song was also the theme song of our last Superman movie, if anyone will remember. So, and my trending tune of the week would be Punk Rocker by Teddy Bears featuring Iggy Pop.
Coast FM 963, you're on Raw and More. That right there was James's trending tune of the week, which was...
It was indeed Punk Rocker by Teddy Bears featuring Iggy Pop.
And people might recognise that not only from the Superman soundtrack, but it also is used as a theme song for something even more important, the jingle for trending
tune of the week, the first 14 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, pardon the pun, Coasies, but, you know, that did sound very alike in the first 5 seconds, I will admit.
It sounded like...
Yeah, I think everyone was looking at me as, oh, yeah, I get it.
This sounds very familiar.
I was like, did he just like play the trending tune jingle all over again? But yeah, no, what a great song right there. Excellent choice once again, Jamesy. And speaking of excellent choices, it's time for... It's Finn's Album of the Week. Weird or wacky, mainstream or mainly awesome, Finn's album recommendation of the week, where Finn gives you an album that he's been obsessed with for you to take home and listen to yourself. Finjamin, what is your album that you're going to be hooking us on this time?
Well, it's a unique choice this time, as it always is, but in particular tonight, because it's actually the theme of a series soundtrack I've been watching called Slow Horses with Gary Oldman, called Strange Game. It's very groovy. It's very noir. It's kind of like a spy equivalent of Shameless, this show. Gary Oldman, lots of fun.
And this song in particular, the soundtrack is by an artist named Daniel Pemberton, but this song's special because it features vocals from...
Mick Jagger.
Well, there you go. Keep an ear out for that. This is a slice of Finn's album recommendation. It's Daniel Pemberton and Mick Jagger with Strange Game. Coast FM 963. You're on Raw and More. That right there was a slice of Finn's album of the week, which was
Strange Game by Daniel Pemberton and Mick Jagger.
Which is from the soundtrack of
Slow Horses. Awesome show. Highly recommend.
So if you like noiry, sort of swingy sort of vibes on your album, give that one a listen. Thanks very much as always, Finn. Time for another quick break. When we come back, we're going to be wrapping the show up with Jake's Good Vibe of the Night. And now it's time for a segment that'll make you feel like you're on a fast horse, not a slow one. It's Jake's Good Vibe of the Night. Oh yeah, it's the segment where Jakey Boy over here dives into his own personal playlist, pulls out an uncut gem perhaps, or two, and slaps it out there, hoping that you, Pat from Narara, who just called in, enjoys it as much as he does. Now, Jake, to finish things off, you've got a bit of a special pairing for us this evening.
Yeah, so it's a 2-for-1, boys.
Oh, I do like a 2-for-1 special.
So yes, the two songs that I picked are both from the same album, and it's Superfast Jellyfish and Empire Ants by Gorillaz.
And I love this combo because it's an example of one of my favourite tropes in the world of music, which is albums having one song that flows into another. It's a dying art, isn't it, Jake?
It is indeed, and Gorillaz also did a very similar thing on their most recent album as well.
Oh, there you go. I'm glad it's something that they are sticking with all this time. We're going to be getting out of here with this good vibe. But coming up after the 9 o'clock news, you'll be hearing from Will Parkhouse and Uncut Gems. Matt McCoy with Indie Rock Cafe following that after 10 o'clock. But right now, to finish us off, Jake, what do we have?
We got Superfast Jellyfish followed by Empire Ants.
By?
Gorillaz, yeah.
That's right. And we will see you same time next week for some more Raw and More. Say goodnight, guys.
Bye-bye. Happy St. Patrick's Day for tomorrow, Coasties.
You.
This morning, you've got time for a hot home-cooked breakfast. Delicious and piping hot in only 3 microwave minutes.